here is the entire 14-year update history of Clash of Clans. It all started in late June 2012. Clash of Clans, formerly known as Project Magic, will be soft launched in Canada, and about a month later it would globally launch exclusively on iOS devices. At the time, the highest town hall was 8. Almost immediately they got busy with updates. We got achievements, the giant bomb, the Tesla, country flags, and later that year we got the first biggest update, which included the Wizard Tower, attack replays, and spells, which started out with the Lightning, Heal, and Rage. Shortly after, Town Hall 9 was introduced, which added some classics like the Expo and Jump Spell. This is also the update in which Supercell removed the ability to sell buildings. Yes, that was a thing. We also got the first Halloween-themed changes with a limited time pumpkin bomb, and not long after, the Christmas theme, so we got the snow falling, the first exclusive Christmas tree, and the limited time set a surprise spell. These seasonal changes more or less happen every year, so from now on, I won't mention them, I'm just focusing on the updates. We're at 2013 now, and this year started out with heroes. The Barbarian King and Queen, which at the time did not have abilities, they were just bigger versions of barbarians and archers basically. And of course, in order to get heroes, they also added a new Dark Elixir storage and drills. Not long after, we got 2 new air traps, and then Dark Elixir troops. At the time, the new Dark Barracks launched with the minions, Hog Rider, and Valkyrie, and the Golem was added a couple months later. But the updates just kept coming in. Leagues were introduced. So now players, instead of just having a bunch of trophies, were now divided by leagues, which was awesome. But not as awesome as Town Hall 10, which brought along the new Inferno Tower and some questionable looking walls that either hated or loved. A few months later, they added the free spell, a new Dark Elixir troop, the Witch, the ability to share replays with your clan. We also got profiles, and shortly after, Village Edit mode, which was added that September. Now, you didn't have to move everything but the kitchen sink around just to make a new base. And then, developers thought the game was finally ready for a wider audience, so it was made available for Android. A month later, traps can now be upgraded, so now they had levels, and the end of the year update introduced a new multi-mode for the Inferno Tower. And now we're at 2014. Heroes were given abilities. The Iron Fist for the King, where he became raged and spawned barbarians, and the Royal Cloak for the Queen, where she became invisible and spawned archers. And that April, Clan Wars. Finally, the name Clash of Clans made sense. Now, the clans did clash, and this was basically a mode where you go head to head with another clan and fight for the most stars. It's basically the same as it is today. Later that year, we got a new troop, the Lava Hound. You can now use Elixir to upgrade walls, and a new skeleton trap. This year went by fast because we're already at the end of the year, but the last update allowed us to finally save multiple bases in Village Edit mode and watch your base while it was being attacked. Before this, you just had to sit in the loading screen waiting for your base to get wrecked before you could even see anything. 2015, the first update added clan levels. This made clans able to level up and earn perks that all clan members could benefit from. A new defense arrived, the Air Sweeper, and as the year went on, we got the Dark Spell Factory, which subsequently added the Poison Spell, Earthquake, and Haste Spell. And on top of that, more leagues were added to trophies, Titan and Legend League. With that said, the December update was the biggest update yet. We got Town Hall 11, which brought along with it the Eagle Artillery and Grand Warden. This was also the update that ushered Clash of Clans into a new era because they made shields a big part of the game. Instead of leaving your town hall outside for someone to give you a free shield whilst they got free trophies, after this update, Guardian Town Hall was crucial because destroying it no longer provided that free shield, and it also now held loot in it that people could steal. So now we're at 2016. The first update focused on features to balance the economy like the loot cart, clan castle, treasury, and star bonuses. A couple months later, we got a new troop, the bowler, and not long after, the miner, baby dragon, 2 new spells, the clone and skeleton spell, and finally, friendly challenges. Speaking of friendlies, later that year, they introduced Friendly Clan Wars. Very interesting. A new defense was added for several town halls, the Bomb Tower, and finally, at the end of the year, it was mostly seasonal changes, but for the first time ever, we got a limited time troop, the Ice Wizard. 2017 came around, and that May we got the biggest update in a while. The Builder Base. This introduced a host of new defenses, troops, battle mechanics, and really new everything. For the main village, you can now do something called Gearing Up, available for the Mortar, Cannon, and Archer Tower. It didn't take long before Builder Hall 6 was added, introducing the Night Witch and the Roaster, and then Builder Hall 7 adding a new giant cannon, dropship, and eventually friendly battles for the Builder Base. But finally, in December, the whole village finally got some love. Clan games were added. Basically, a new feature that would allow players in the clan to earn rewards while completing various challenges. And speaking of awards, there was a new kind, magic items. This launched with the power, resource, and training potions, as well as books. Alright, now we're at 2018, which started out with Builder Hall 8, introducing the new Mega Tesla defense and Mega P.E.K.K.A, and over in the home village, a new trader appeared in everyone's villages, a place to spend some green on special deals every day. Later that June, Town Hall 12 arrived, the first Town Hall in ages. With that, the Town Hall became weaponized and now exploded. We also got the Siege Workshop, which allowed us to train siege machines starting with the Wall Wrecker and the Battle Blimp. The new Electro Dragon, Supercell ID appeared for the first time, and we can now finally change our name with gems. Later that year, Clan War Leagues were added, a new competitive Clan War tournament-like system that clans could participate in once a month. With this, a new league section appeared in the shop to spend the medals won from leagues, and we also got some new magic items, hammers, the Tornado Trap, and 25 new single-player maps. And finally, the last update of the year brought us the Ice Golem, Bat Spell, Stone Hammer Siege Machine, and even more magic items. And now at 2019, the first major content update was Season Challenges, aka the Season Pass. From here on out, a new season will be added every month, which included a new hero skin, which was also one of the new features in this update, hero skins. A couple months later, we got Builder Hall 9, which introduced the Lava Launcher defense and a new Troop of the Hog Glider. Over on the main village, a new research potion, practice mode, it was now possible to share bases, and Legends League got a complete overhaul, where instead of just pushing endlessly and eventually sitting in clouds for hours, you'd have to sign up for it and do a limited number of attacks a day. Soon after, Quick Train was added to the training screen, no more having to decide which troops you wanted to use every time, and Global Chat would be removed. In its place was the Clan Recruitment Tool, a feature where you can search for new members to join your own clan based on specific stats. And finally, the last update of the year added Town Hall 13. With it brought a new hero, the World Champion, the Scattershot, a Siege Barracks, and the Yeti. Alright, we're moving fast. We're at 2020 now, and that March Super Troops were added, which launched with 4. But throughout 2020, this number would more than double. This was also the update where you can now select specific troops for your donation requests. I thought that was worth a mention. No more wallpickers in Clan Castle because some clanmate thought it was hilarious. In mid-2020, they'd add the Headhunter and Sceneries, a way to change the landscape of the entire village, which was pretty sweet. This was also the update where if you were inactive for more than 90 days, your village would continue to work on things while you were away. After a small update which added an age verification feature, that December we got another siege machine, the Log Launcher, a new invisibility spell, and a new magic item, the Super Potion. And 2021, the first major update would introduce Town Hall 14, which added upgradable builders. They could now attack troops and repair buildings during battles. And also hero pets, which added a pet house and 4 pets to pick from. Not long after, the Q2 update would add the Dragon Rider and the Rocket Balloon Super Troop, and in the next quarter, the Super Bowler. The last update of 2021 followed a similar pattern with the Super Dragon and Flame Flinger Siege Machine. 2021 was not exactly a big year in terms of content, but we did get some cool stuff and tons of quality of life changes that were super dope to finally get. Alright, now we're at 2022. That made probably the largest update in Clash of Clans history, the Clan Capital, which is a central hub where the entire clan contributes to the construction and upgrading of a massive base. With the Clan Capital, we got a new forge building to convert excess resources into capital gold, and the trader got a nice overhaul. Just a month later, troops, spells, and siege machines were made free to train. No more having to spend resources to train squat, but you still had to wait for the troops. This was also the update that removed all country flags. Then it came Town Hall 15, introducing 2 new defenses, the Spell Tower and the Monolith. A new troop, the Electro Titan, the Battle Drill Siege Machine, and the Recall Spell, and finally 4 more pets. The last update of the year brought the Super Miner in 15 new Goblin maps. Over on the Clan Capital side of things, the first new district was added called Skeleton Park, which also introduced the Inferno Dragon and Graveyard Spell, and you can now customize your clan house with different parts. A small but cute little feature. 2023 started out with overhauling the builder base with the 2.0 update. Essentially, they threw away the old methods of attacks and defenses and introduced a new multi-stage system that was far more strategic and fun. They also added Builder Hall 10, which came with the Expo, Electrofire Wizard, and the Battle Copter. In the middle of the year, we got the Apprentice Warden and the Super Hog Rider, 2 new magic items, and later that October, a brand new Goblin Mines district, which added a bunch of new cool stuff like the Mega Sparky, Super Miner, and Endless Haste. That update also added the Goblin Builder and Researcher, basically an extra builder and slot. And finally, Town Hall 16 arrived at the end of the year, adding a new merging mechanic to cannons and archer towers, a new troop, the Root Rider, Spirit Fox Pat, and the Blacksmith. This was the first time we saw hero equipment. So the hero abilities that were added in 2014 were now 2 separate equipment, and you can now swap them out for others that would release from here on out and upgrade them with a new currency, ores. 2024 started out with a new pet, the Angry Jelly, overgrowth spell, an overhaul to the client chat so you can now tag people, pin messages, and react. And a few months later, we got the Druid and the Builder Apprentice. This was the very first helper that was essentially a second builder that you get assigned to ongoing upgrades for a short amount of time each day. Also, hard mode. At this point, it was only in friendly challenges and friendly wars, but it would eventually be integrated into many parts of the game later on. Soon after that update, they added the clan notice that replaced the recruitment tool from 2019. This was just like a public posting board where you can advertise your clan basically. We got the first legendary scenery, supercharges for max buildings, and chests. This was first introduced as a new treasure hunt event, and along with chests, they also added a new kind of reward, magic snacks. Lastly, for 2024, Town Hall 17. This Town Hall merged the Eagle Artillery to make the Inferno Artillery. It also removed the bomb, and that was added as a separate Giga Bomb. We also got the Fire Spitter, a new troop thrower, revive spell, a new hero for the first time in years, the Minion Prince, the Helper's Hut, which housed the helpers, including the new Lab Assistant, and finally, the Hero Hall. Because now that we had 5 heroes, that would be a lot to manage. So heroes now lived in this hall, and you had to pick and choose which 4 heroes would defend your village and which 4 to take into battles. And now we're at 2025. Right off the bat, we got the multi-gear tower, which combined the geared up cannon and archer tower, a new helper, the alchemist. Shortly after, the whole army screen was overhauled and that bought with the army recipes. We also got Sneezy, the furnace, and training times were straight up removed. And for that reason, this was known as the Clash Anytime update. No more having to wait for troops, spells, siege machines, or even your heroes to go attack. Everything was always ready to go. In the middle of the year, the first crafted defense season would start, which is a limited time defense for max Town Halls where you can pick and choose which one you want to upgrade and use. And we got the ice block and cookbook, a new way to find recipes created by the community. And later on, the ranked update. This split multiplayer into 2, casual and ranked. Revenges also got reworked. You can now attack anyone regardless if they had a shield or not. And the final update of the year, Town Hall 18. This did away with the Town Hall weapon completely, and in their place was guardians, basically heroes that sit on your Town Hall and defend your village. This launched with the Longshot and Smasher. We also got the Meteor Golem, Totem Spell, Revenge Tower, Wizard Towers were now merging, and the Fancy Shop. This is a shop where you can spend fancy tokens, which are earned from upgrading temporary things like crafted defenses and supercharged defenses. And lastly, we are at 2026. That February added a new pet, the Greedy Raven, a new helper, the Prospector, the 6th hero in the game, the Dragon Duke, and at last, they overhauled the Gold Pass 2.0. Basically, you can earn chests and also pick which skin you want. And finally, the last update on our timeline is the June 2026 update, which introduced the Angry Spell, Ruin Witch, and the Hero's Journey, a new system that rewards you for upgrading heroes, and it introduced things like Hero Quest and Ore Chest. A chest that contains just ores. Not only that, but global chat returned, surprisingly. In this new version, you join groups instead of being in an open chat, and these groups are moderated by a leader and admins. So yeah, that is the entire history of Clash of Clans updates. There were lots for sure. And of course, I did skip a ton. This video would have been like an hour long if I focused on everything, but these were the main content updates. But anyway, before you go, use the things you'll like this next video, so why don't you check it out? Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.